Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I hope all of you are fine and having good health. Today we have the lecture about the factors that are going to affect the vapor pressure. So, before the start of the lecture, you guys must know that what does mean by the vapor pressure. And the previous lesson I have already told you, but you must know again it. The vapor pressure, basically, it is the pressure that is exerted by vapors of the liquid. That pressure is known as the vapor pressure. In a closed container, when we have the liquid, some of the particles changes into the vapor phase and they started to exert the pressure over there. That pressure we called it as the vapor pressure. Now, what are the main factors that are going to affect the vapor pressure of the liquid? We have mainly three factors. The number one, we have nature of the liquid, that how the nature of the liquid will affect the vapor pressure. The second factor we have it is the intermolecular forces, that how the intermolecular forces of the liquids will affect the vapor pressure. And third one we have size of molecules, that if the molecules are large or the small, then what will be the effect on vapor pressure. So let's discuss these three factors one by one. Okay, the first one we have nature of the liquid. How the nature of the liquid will affects basically the vapor pressure. It depends upon the nature of liquid. For example, we have two types of liquid. We have the polar liquids and the second we have the non-polar liquids. Non-polar liquids. Now, how these liquids are different? When we talk about the polar liquids, they have high boiling points and they just exert the little vapor pressure. So they just exert the little vapor pressure at the given temperature. While when we have a look on the non-polar liquids, they have low boiling points and they exert more vapor pressure at the given temperature or the same temperature. So when we have change the nature of the liquids, then their vapor pressure also is gonna to be changed. Now, why at high boiling points? High boiling points mean they have strong intermolecular forces and they just boil at high temperature. And on the other hand, they just boil at low temperature. When they just boil at high temperature, then there is just formation of little vapors and the pressure will also be little. On the other hand, the non-polar liquids will apply more vapor pressure because their more molecules will be changes into the vapor phase from the liquid phase. For example, if we take the daily life example, water, it is mainly having less vapor pressure. It's having less vapor pressure as compared to the second liquid, that is acetone. It is having more vapor pressure because the one is polar and other is non-polar. So this is the effect of nature of the liquids on the vapor pressure. And the next we have intermolecular forces, that how the intermolecular forces are going to be effect. One thing, if we have the strong intermolecular forces between the molecules of the liquids, or their attractive forces are more, then there is the formation of less vapors and in turn there will be less vapor pressure. The second thing, if there are weak intermolecular forces of the liquids molecules, then there is the formation of more vapors and the vapor pressure will be high. So this is a simple effect of intermolecular forces. Now why? For example, in this container, we have a liquid where the intermolecular forces are strong. On the other hand, we have a container in which the intermolecular forces are weak. So we have this liquid particles, and here we have the liquid particles like this. As here, the force of attraction between the particles is strong. They are holding one another too much strongly that the liquid will not leave the surface and changes into the vapors. So, as there are less vapors, so the vapor pressure will also be less. On the other hand, if the intermolecular forces are weak, the molecules of the liquid will be changes into the vapors. As there are more vapors, then the vapor pressure will also be high. As more vapors, then the vapor pressure will be high. So this is a simple effect of intermolecular forces over the vapor pressure. Next we have the size of molecules. That what will be the size of the liquid molecules? For example, the liquid those have small sized molecules. These molecules can easily be evaporated, or their evaporation rate is more. On the other hand, the second, we have the molecules that are having large size molecules. As small size molecules, there is more evaporation or more molecules will be evaporated. On the other hand, if we have large size molecules, then there is less molecules evaporated. When the less molecules are going to be evaporate, it means there is less vapor pressure, and the more molecules are evaporated, then there is high vapor pressure. So the big size molecules of the liquids will make less number of vapors. In turn, the pressure will be also be less. For example, we have a compound or the liquid that is pentane. Its molecular formula we have C5H12. It is having small sized molecules. On the other hand, we have second compound that is decane. Its formula is C10H22. Its molecules are larger. Small size molecules will have less, more vapors, and large size molecules will have less vapors. In turn, here will be the vapor pressure low, and here the vapor pressure will be high. So this is a simple factors that are going to affect the vapor pressure. I hope you guys understand, and if you have any queries, you may ask me about that in the comment section. And the last one factor we have, it is mainly the temperature, that how the temperature is gonna to be affect. For example, if we increase the temperature, then more kinetic energy of the molecules, and there is a formation of more vapors, and there will be high vapor pressure. So the temperature and the vapor pressure is having direct relation. When we increase the temperature, then the more vapors will be formed and the vapor pressure will be high because the kinetic energy of the molecules increases. So this is all about today's lecture, and in the next video we will discuss about the boiling point and the factors affecting it. This is also the property of the liquids. For that time, have a good day and Allah Hafiz.